like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So here's a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
Draw play, Elliott. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They can't stop us, baby.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They complete it to Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw at any place. That time it fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson, catch is made by Marquise Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He's going to walk. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity, and we finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, open man is Howard, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun, it's Wilson. On the deep, that's caught at the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He gets it to Brown, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Mark Andrews. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was looking for John Ross that time. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Elliott, and he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now Brown. Now a hit and a loose foot up by the Cowboys.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Mike, 55. Check, 50.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going to let this go for the end. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. That's caught by Howard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, that is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again as he shuffles onto the field. So at the start of this game, it looked like the defense was wearing him down a little bit. Now you look at the numbers, that's kind of flipped.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And his offense.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. If you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back now in Baltimore. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Now Jackson on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Jackson, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. To throw again is Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
All right, Captain. Let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Third and goal, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Howard complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 22-21. A minute 51 on the clock. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on 1st down. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw, being chased out left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Mike's 54. Now watch one. Mike's 54.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
55 's Mike, guys, 55. Here we go. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
It's a party now. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Jackson to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire. But in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance. But it's just not meant to be.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League.